Associated Press. North Korea has certainly taken up a lot of my time in the past couple of months. It's been a very newsy story, very top of the news for a lot of us, I think, in this room. And we're very honored today to have a distinguished expert, Professor Hideshi Takasada, to walk us through a bit the latest developments in North Korea, what exactly is happening, and perhaps what we can expect going forward. Professor Takasada is at Takushoku University in Tokyo. Prior to that, he was at Yonsei University's International Campus in Incheon, South Korea, from 2011 to 2013. He told me he's actually had 3 stays in South Korea, so he's quite an expert on Japan-ROK relations as well as North Korea. Before Yonsei, he had a long career at the National Institute for Defense Studies, part of the Ministry of Defense, the think tank of the Japanese Ministry of Defense, where he rose to become Executive Director for Research and International Affairs. He has published extensively on Korean security issues. His books include Kim Jong-un's North Korea, Terrible Strategist, Kim Jong-il, and a deep analysis on North Korea. We're very honored to have Professor Takasada here today, and as I said, this is a topic I'm certainly looking forward to, and I think many of you are as well.
Thank you, Ken, and thank you for all participants. I would like to say thank you for all participants, and I would like to say thank you to Foreign Correspondents Club of Japan, which gives me a chance to talk on North Korean issue. The title of my talk today is The Situation of Korean Peninsula and Further Development. Will North Korea stop its weapons of mass destruction program or not? North Korea will not stop its weapon of mass destruction program. That's all. That is my conclusion. But we have 20 or 30 minutes to talk on this issue in detail. And I prepared 56 pages PowerPoint slides. I think it takes more than 2 hours to explain these 56 pages PPT slides. I needed to shorten my talk, and I welcome the question and answer time. And let me start. North Korea, what is going on? These are the issues which I'd like to say today. Who's who of North Korea? There are 5 persons who are very powerful to make decisions in Pyongyang. 5, Korea 5. Kim Jong-un, Kim Yong-nam, Choi Dong-hae, Hwang Byung-so, Park Bong-ju. 5 persons. And North Korean developments and what is going on in North Korean missile development program, and what about the building economy in North Korea is trying to rebuild their economy, and also they are brushing up weapons of mass destruction day by day, and we witness recently often the amazingly rapid progress in North Korean military technology. There are no contradiction or not. Foreign Relations Commission on Supreme People's Assembly was established 2 months ago. This is very important issue because North Korea is not only concentrating to build a missile and nuclear bomb, but also they are trying to open up their society, and they are welcoming to get foreign currency by inviting foreign tourists, by hosting Pyongyang Marathon International Marathon game, which I participated last year, last April. I didn't run because my wife told me, "Don't run in Pyongyang. You are too old." So I watched the marathon game last year, and the key person who is in charge of opening up their society is Mr. Lee Soo-yong, chairman and former Minister of Foreign Affairs of North Korea and advisor of Japan DPRK Friendship Association. I met him last year in September 10th. I had a very good talk for 3 hours and a half with Mr. Lee Soo-yong. He is very close to Mr. Kim Jong-un, head of North Korea, and he is advisor of Japan DPRK Friendship Association, and he became to be the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Commission on April 11th. And the issues which I would like to say today is what for North Korea is making weapons of mass destruction. There are 3 explanations, and I remember when I had a talk here at the FCCJ on the same issue, and several slides which I used then. Today I am using the same slides because there is no change in North Korean nuclear doctrine and the North Korean military strategy. So I'd like to stress the importance to realize or understand North Korea, what is North Korean military strategy and the nuclear doctrine. So these are the issues which I prepared today. Shorten. Okay. This is okay. This is Mr. Kim Jong-un, and he's number 2, Kim Yon-nam, the Supreme People's Assembly. He's the top of Supreme People's Assembly, and Hwang Byung-so, he is top of military. And Park Bong-ju, he is Prime Minister, and he is in charge of economic building and reform in North Korea. He is Choi Byung-hee. Now he retired, and now he is a very important person in North
죄송합니다.
Korean
통역을
Workers'
못해서.
Party. Okay, these are Korea 5. So Korea 5, Kim Jong-un, Kim Yon-nam, Hwang Byung-so, Choi Byung-hee, Park Bong-ju. And as I said earlier, the North Korean Foreign Affairs, Lee Soo-yong, is covering all of the Foreign Affairs in Pyongyang, and he is former Minister of Foreign Affairs, and he carried Mr. Kim Jong-un during Mr. Kim Jong-un stayed in Geneva, Switzerland. And okay, next. This is I took this picture in Pyongyang when I visited Korean Workers' Party, and he's Mr. Lee Soo-yong, former minister and advisor of Japan DPRK Friendship Association, and now he is chairman of Foreign Affairs Commission of Supreme People's Assembly. These 6 persons are in charge of Japan DPRK friendship relations. Do you know who is he? Yes, he passed away on February 13th in Kuala Lumpur this year. I remember the day when he was killed, February 13th, because I remember this day, because this day is also my birthday. Okay, I'm joking. Okay, ballistic rocket test fire. Yes, this I cited this sentence from KCNA, Korea Central News Agency, May 30th. There are several sentences, and these sentences, I was surprised to read these sentences. Kim Jong-un guides ballistic rocket test fire. Yes, I know, we know. Through a precision control guidance system. And also Japanese government, Korean ROK government very precisely, and that was very controlled launching. 3 governments confirmed. And Caterpillar self-propelled launching part vehicle, I found that this vehicle is very similar to the launching part vehicle which Chinese People's Liberation Army is using. Is it coincident or not? I don't know. But anyway, North Korea recently uses this Caterpillar self-propelled launching part vehicle. This means that North Korea is very much easily to use the guided ballistic rocket in mountainous area. So North Korea is ready to fight, I think. And also more highly automated than the preceding version serial rockets. And also in addition, KCNA said reducing the launching time. So North Korea emphasized the rapid progress in North Korean missile building. And also we realized when North Korea sent the television news the day before yesterday, we can understand the North Korean missile technology is advancing very rapidly. And also North Korean KCNA emphasized the present test fire aimed at verifying the technological indicates of the new type of precision guided ballistic rocket capable of making ultra precision strike on the enemies. Just they can shoot just within 7 meters. I cannot believe this sentence, making ultra precision strike. I think this sentence is just one of the propaganda by KCNA. Right to self-defense. They are very much cautious, and they are very much paying attention to the international opinion to criticize North Korean missile launching. And this sentence means North Korea is preparing to compete with the criticism by the international society, the right to self-defense. This sentence is a very famous sentence which Japanese government used before. We don't have any aggressive weapons because of Article 9 of Japan's constitution, and we will keep the right to self-defense. Now, North Korea started to use the sentence which Japanese government in the past used often. It's very strange, but anyway, this sentence means North Korea is paying attention to or considering the international or public opinion. This, please see this. Yes, here is no. Here is the small wing, and this is one stage SLBM type Caterpillar launching ballistic missile. There are two countries which are developing anti-ship, anti-aircraft carrier ballistic missile. One of them is China, and now we are realizing that North Korea is developing anti-aircraft carrier ballistic missile, and Chinese anti-ship ballistic missile has not these wings, but it's very much strange. But anyway, this is the reason why North Korea could succeed in developing anti-ship ballistic missile and SLBMs for their service with their own technology. Because Chinese two-stage SLBMs has not these wings, but North Korean ballistic missile, anti-ship ballistic missile has these wings. And they launched from the road near lake. And this is new, and North Korea showed for the first time this new type anti-ship ballistic missile on April 15th this year. Final goal is SLBM. The reason why North Korean military strategy and North nuclear strategy is orthodox one. I am not North Korean military strategy is okay. I am not saying just North Korean military strategy and North Korean nuclear doctrine is rational one, which we studied in the past, because there are three pillars of nuclear forces and strategic bomber and ICBM and SLBM. And all of countries, including China and Russia and France and the UK and the United States, know that the final goal of nuclear forces is possessing SLBMs, because SLBM has small vulnerability from attack. ICBM has the vulnerability, and strategic bomber has the strategic vulnerability and risk of the incident. Nuclear bomber has its vulnerability, but final goal, all countries which are building nuclear weapons knows final goal of nuclear forces is making SLBM. North Korea now it started to say we are reaching to producing SLBMs. Last year, when I visited North Korean military people's military museum in Pyongyang, we stayed for 2 or 3 hours, and I found the big panel saying submarine is a king of the sea, Kim Il-sung. I think they newly made this panel, and this means that North Korea knows, and North Korean military knows, the final goal of military development is possessing SLBMs, with which North Korea can threaten east coast of the United States to destroy the point zero of the United States with big submarine. But North Korea has not 3,000 tons class of submarine right now. So North Korea's next step is building a large size submarine with SLBMs. Anyway, North Korea knows that North Korea needed to develop SLBMs. Also, KCNA, we found that Japan is one of the target of North Korean missile, ballistic missile, nuclear missile. In the past, until last month, North Korea continuously said that North Korean nuclear missile is targeting U.S. forces bases in Japan. But now, from May 30th, North Korea started saying that Japan has been within the optical sight, and North Korean ballistic missile is targeting Japan itself. Okay, next. So how can we cope with North Korean military development or North Korean WMD program, and how can we make the economic sanction more effective after we discuss this issue in the Security Council of the United Nations? I am very much pessimistic because role of China and role of Russia, when we examine the role of China and intention of China, Russia, I become more pessimistic. Trade relations between Pyongyang and Beijing is increasing since January of this year, and Russia is increasing the investment on the North Korean farm. And Russia said to North Korea 3 years ago, you need not return 10 billion US dollars which North Korea got in the past from Russian government. You need not return these 10 billion US dollars. This is a kind of economic assistance by Mr. Putin to Mr. Kim Jong-un, we can say. Why Russia is supporting the North Korean economy? That this is related to the President Putin's East policy. Also, Mr. Putin has the interest to develop the Russian coast area, Russian Primorsky plan, to connect between Russian East Siberian area and North Korea. And Chairman Xi Jinping hosted the One Belt, One Road summit in Beijing, and the Minister of Foreign Economic Ministry of North Korea was invited and he participated. This means that a Chinese One Belt, One Road concept is covering not only Central China and not only the Africa and Europe, but also is covering the Korean Peninsula. That is important. Okay, I have just 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, China's okay, and also China is developing a Musan iron mine on the China-North Korea border. That is the 50 years contract. Okay, so please look at this. There are the 4 rails because of the difference of the gauge between Siberian Railroad and North Korean Railroad.
역계관계 철도 차이.
And all of the expenses cost Russia paid, and maybe it cost 3 billion US dollars to improve the railway in North Korea. Okay, there are 3 explanations on North Korean future and what for North Korea is developing nuclear weapons. Number 1 is North Korea is trying to open its society and considering to abandon developing WMD. Too optimistic. I don't agree, but WMD is just a tool to receive the assistance from outside the world. North Korea already abandoned its traditional unification policy. Peaceful coexistence era has come. Many Japanese experts in the universities are saying in this way, no, too optimistic. I don't agree. Explanation number 2. North Korea is now wondering what to do between 2 alternatives, abandoning WMD and taking open door policy, or rejecting to dismantle WMD and keeping its ideology. North Korea cannot decide to take major reform policy. When North Korea decides to take open door policy, North Korea faces domestic turmoil like Middle East countries because of a fear of unrest or people's dissatisfaction. North Korea cannot start open door policy. In addition, there is confrontation between doves and hawks in North Korea. No, I don't agree. There is no doves and hawks in Pyongyang. There is only one group, dove-taste hawks, just one group in Pyongyang. So I don't agree with number 2/1 explanation. 2/2 explanation is there is no indication of change in North Korean policies. North Korea is being influenced from the outside world and is partly changing as a result of flowing information from the outside world, but these are just the surface. No, I don't agree with this explanation, because Korean people, not only North Korean people but also South Korean people, never pessimistic consideration, always optimistic Korean people, I think. So explanation number 3, realist explanation. North Korea has faced difficulties and policy dilemma between Juche ideology and economic reforms. North Korea believes that the current policy choices is right. North Korea is still pursuing the North Korea-led unification, developing weapons of mass destruction, including ICBMs, withdrawal of USFK, US forces in Korea, and the US DPRK normalization. North Korea believes that it is advantageous in the military field because nuclear weapons development is progressing. In some cases, North Korea believes to be able to ensure the superiority in conventional forces against South Korea, as Chonang-ham incident and the Yongpyeong-do incident have shown in 2010. So, in briefly, I think North Korea is still optimistic because President Trump several times said under a certain condition, the United States, President Trump is ready to have a summit meeting between Kim Jong-un and President Trump. And also, Mr. Xi Jinping is saying North Korea is the member of the One Belt One Road program, and North Korea and China still maintains good friendly relations and close economic relations with Pyongyang. Putin is ready to invest more money on North Korean firm. And look at the Mr. President Moon Jae-in. Several persons in Moon Jae-in government, like Mr. Hong Dok, special advisor to President Moon Jae-in on the unification and security and foreign policy. And Professor Moon Jong-in, he's my good friend, is also the second special advisor to President Moon Jae-in on unification and security and foreign policy. And head of the National Intelligence Office, and all of VIPs in Moon Jae-in in North Korea, South Korea, cooperation and exchanges under the Kim Dae-jung government and the Roh Moo-hyun government. So from North Korean eyes, South Korea new government is ready to start North and South cooperation, and in near future, Mr. Moon Jae-in will ask North Korea to start Kaesong Industrial Complex after ROK DUS summit meeting in June. Anyway, and international condition is in favor for North Korean eyes. And with intercontinental ballistic missile, when North Korea threatens the point zero of the United States, there is no U.S. forces in Korea now, and we have nukes. We have intercontinental ballistic missile with which North Korea can destroy the east coast of the United States. And please step aside. Please be neutral. Don't intervene into internal Korean issues. North Korea and South Korean dialogue is our own issue, and we can talk with each other between Pyongyang and Seoul. And let us have non-aggression agreement, and let us establish the liaison office or embassies in Pyongyang and Washington. And if Mr. Trump is Mr. Trump now, Mr. Trump may say, okay, the issue is the issue of Korean people. The United States cannot be a policeman on the Korean Peninsula anymore. So if this happens, North Korean scenario, unification scenario, becomes realistic. More than 30, even 40 years ago, Kim Il-sung realized this scenario. There are only two persons in the world who realized there's this scenario. There are two persons in the past in the world. One is Mr. Kim Il-sung, grandfather of Kim Jong-un. Another person is me. Okay. Okay, thank you. I'm just okay. Okay, so already I spent 35 minutes, and so I need not back to this. Okay, I explained this species, and ballistic missile that North Korea launched, and recently, as I said earlier, recently the points as to North Korean ballistic missile program is some of the technologies came from the technology from Iran, Russia, former Soviet Union, and China, and also some technologies North Korea developed for themselves. So this is just the image of North Korean military. Also, in addition, North Korea has a special purpose force. This is very low speed transportation aircraft with just 200 kilometer speed and with propeller. The high-tech radars cannot catch this special purpose force Antonov 2 okay, stage. And I published this book last year. All of the stories which I told today is contained in this. And I speed up I will finish within 3 minutes. The next species are species which I took with my camera when I visited Pyongyang, August 2015, October, and last year, April, September. North Korean new wind. So variety, they emphasize society. All of guests can enjoy 7 kinds of draft beer. 3 years ago, we never seen this, but now they are serving 7 kinds draft, and guests can order. Let me give number 1 or number 3. You can enjoy the difference of the draft beer. Marathon runner in Pyongyang City in April of 2016. No, not minus 900 years. Okay, so I just participated in this marathon, and more than 300 British runner enjoyed marathon in Pyongyang City 2 years ago. And I took this. This is a soccer and the marathon goal. It's very strange, but asked why you are doing 2 games, marathon game and soccer game. Korean think that the effectiveness is important. Okay, they are shipping the sand in order to use these sand for building the high building of the buildings in Pyongyang City, and this is the building in Pyongyang. Missile, computer, and children. I visited this 科学技術の伝統 Science Technology Museum in Pyongyang. Many children with computers are concentrating to use computers in front seeing ballistic missile. It's very amazing. The children are concentrating using computer, and they are thinking, oh, I will be the missile technology engineers by studying a computer game. So this museum the one shot is very strange. Una thought this is not a three-stage missile and many children and computers. This is Musan Mine Core on the China-North Korea border. Okay, this is the second pier of Rajin port in North Korea. Russia now is to use more third pier. Okay, this is the third pier. Okay, that's all. Let me finish my talk and I'm ready to receive questions from the floor.
Great. Thank you very much, Professor Takasada. And sorry to have to cut you off since over here. You had a lot of interesting things to say. I really appreciated how you brought us up to speed on some of the latest developments with the ballistic missiles and also the outlook. I was particularly interested in the concept that everything that the U.S., China, and Russia and South Korea is doing right now may in fact be encouraging North Korea rather than discouraging it. With that, I'd like to open the floor to questions. We'll take questions first from the working press. As always, please give your name and affiliation before you ask your question.
My name is Hideshi Takasada, freelance journalist with Yukamuchi, the evening television. Because you mentioned about right to self-defense, I have a simple question. Maybe I'm acting as devil's advocate. I'm a nationalist right-wing Japanese. What's wrong for North Korea having the nuclear missile testing? Because permanent nations of the UN have nuclear weapons. Japanese government didn't sign the nuclear non-proliferation treaty. There are many other countries which have the nuclear weapons. So what's wrong for the North Korea having nuclear missiles, nuclear weapons testing?
Your question is what is wrong for
why North Korea doesn't have the right to possess nuclear weapons and nuclear missile testing?
why North Korea
I think maybe one way to frame the question is, I mean, a lot of countries conduct missile tests all over the world. Why is North Korea not allowed to conduct missile tests?
North Korea has the right to conduct missile launch, you mean?
Yes, I'm asking, why doesn't North Korea have the right to test nuclear missiles? Because maybe because North Korea is dangerous country.
Yeah.
And America, for example, is a good country, not dangerous.
Yeah. Okay, it's very difficult to answer. Japan has H2 rocket technology and for peaceful use, and but I am very much how to say critical to North Korean missile development because North Korea says North Korean missile is targeting U.S. bases in Japan. Now they started, as I said earlier, North Korean missile is targeting Japan itself. And also North Korea explicitly said North Korea maintains first use of nuclear weapons. First use. They preserves first use of nuclear weapons. The U.S. also preserves first use right. That's okay. Anyway, the North Korea and China are the country which say our missile is targeting Japan in the past. I am not accept this word. We Japanese never said our H2 rocket can be reformed, improved to ballistic missile, and our 82 rocket in the future will target Beijing or Pyongyang. No, never. We didn't say. That's okay. That's all.
Oh, go ahead, Andy.
Hi there, Andy Sharp at Bloomberg. Two questions. One, with all the missile tests, plus the nuclear tests, etc., do you think this is going to bring the big, countries in Asia together, bring Beijing, Seoul, Tokyo closer together, or drive them further apart in terms of diplomacy and also in terms of missile defense? And the second question is, how do you think Mr. Abe is reading this? Of course, every time they do a missile test, it strengthens his case for changing the constitution, etc., boosting Japan's military. Your take on Mr. Abe's perception of these tests?
Thank you very much. I think in spite of North Korean missile launching and rapid progress in WMD program, I think Japan, China, ROK, the United States, and Russia, these 5 countries cannot cooperate, cannot collaborate with each other on missile defense system. It's impossible. No. I think China, because of the difference of strategic thinking among Russia, China, the US, and ROK, and Japan, China never thought that North Korean missile is targeting China. Already North Korea deployed more than 200 Nodon missile. The range of Nodon missile is 1,300 kilometer, and Beijing is within the range of Nodon missile. If North Korea tries to launch from Sinwiju city, but China never touched upon the deployment of Nodon missile. For China, 20 or 22 nuclear warhead of North Korea and 200 Nodon missile of North Korea are not a military threat to China. On the contrary, as I said earlier, some transportation vehicle which North Korea showed in the military parade are very much resemble to those vehicles of China. And in the report by U.S. Congress, the title of the report is Cox Report, said there is some cooperation between Beijing and Pyongyang on missile development. So China's best scenario is Kim Jong-un says, we will abandon nuclear weapons. No, North Korea's answer was no. So now China said, that's okay, please have your own nuclear weapon, but don't launch against China. That's all. Chinese strategic thinking is very much different from those of ROK, Japan, and the United States. The first priority of China is no collapse of Kim Jong-un regime and no U.S. forces near Yeru River and Tuman River. The United States and Japan, the recognition or strategic thinking are very much similar with each other because of our defense vulnerability, Japan's vulnerability. We cannot but rely on the U.S. technology, military technology, and the U.S. forces and the nuclear umbrella. The ROK, new government, please ask new government. I think there will be some split between U.S., Japan, group and ROK new government on North Korean nuclear issue in future from now, 5 years from now, I think. But anyway, number two, your question number two is Abe government. Yes, as I said, Prime Minister Abe emphasized the importance of U.S.-Japan security relations, and we need to cooperate with each other on economic sanctions against North Korea. And someone says Prime Minister Abe is using or utilizing the North Korean missile launching to cultivate or activate the discussions among Japanese people on the Article 9 issue. I don't think so. If this is true, please say directly to North Korea, please don't launch missile. Abe-san can gain. So please don't launch missile. From now on, please say directly to North Korea. The reason why Abe-san is seems to more happy to talk about North Korean missile is Japanese people is has not had serious consideration to North Korean WMD program and North Korean policy and abduction issue in the past. So we need, this is the chance to have more active discussions among Japanese people. That's all.
I had one question if I could follow up on something else you said that caught me a little bit by surprise.
Let me give a catch.
I'm sorry.
My name is Jong-Hwan Kim. I am the chief producer of the Sesame Tube, YouTube-based one-man broadcasting. Main subject is national security in Korea. Professor, do you still think there is a chance of meeting between Trump and Kim Jong-un?
Thank you very much thank you for your question. Yes, I think so. Considering Mr. Trump's policy toward China and toward the Middle East, President Trump has thinking to talk with the leader who seems to be the enemy, Mr. Trump, and so I think already in early May, the U.S. ex-high officials and the North Korean director of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs met Oslo and Norway, and then I think Mr. Tillerson, Secretary of State of the United States, said if there is the war on the Korean Peninsula, that is the tragedy, he said, Mr. Tillerson said. Secretary of State and the Secretary of Defense and the President of the United States are saying now no military option on the Korean Peninsula, and the first priority, the most important thing is for U.S.'s foreign policy is the North Korean issue. So, considering these words from high officials of the United States, in future, I think Mr. Trump will say, let us talk and let us meet in the United States, or as Mr. Clinton tried to do so in the past, Mr. Trump may say, oh, let me go to Pyongyang to talk with each other in order to make Mr. Kim Jong-un softer. So, considering these things, I think Japan should liaison office in Pyongyang, because in future Mr. Moon Jae-in will try to reopen the Kaesong Industrial Complex, and Mr. Trump, Mr. Xi Jinping, and Mr. Putin may think to talk with Mr. Kim Jong-un directly. Mr. Prime Minister Abe-san needed to talk with the leader of North Korea directly in order to especially solve the abduction issue. This is very serious, vital issue between Pyongyang and Tokyo. So Abe-san is the right person who need to have the first summit meeting between DPRK and Japan, I think.
Can you be more elaborate on because of the continuous launching of the attack missiles?
Yes.
Despite that, Clinton, Mr. President, Trump will follow the long step of the Jimmy Carter.
Apart from the political consideration and some changes in the international relations, North Korea will continue their own missile program based on the military missile program, because I explained earlier, the North Korean final goal is collaborate with the US, collaborate with China. No, North Korea's final goal is unify the whole Korean peninsula, led by DPRK, not ROK. I'm sorry, I am expecting, but anyway, their own strategy, and so North Korea needed to develop small nuclear warhead and ICBMs and non-aggression treaty and embassies in Pyongyang and Washington DC. So some political changes in the international society is not the vital condition for Kim Jong-un's nuclear program.
How about do you think about the Jimmy Carter's effort, previous effort, which became to be found fair in blocking the development of North Korean missiles?
Jimmy Carter?
Jimmy Carter's.
The 1994.
Yeah.
So I think Jimmy Carter has no power to solve the issue.
No. How do you think of him? His effort, failed effort to.
Yeah. How? Effort. From now, in future, in the past.
Just criticize.
He is criticizing. Jimmy Carter is criticizing.
Jimmy Carter is criticized by Americans for
Is-
helping North Korea to develop at that time.
Is criticized by U.S. people on as to the 1994 his effort. But Jimmy Carter-san carried the a letter from Kim Il-sung and to Mr. Kim Yong-san, but it was not successful because Mr. Kim Il-sung was died. But I think Mr. Trump need not to do so directly. He needed to have direct talk between Washington and Pyongyang. And Jimmy Carter-san tried to do so in 1994, June 1994. That's okay. 4 years ago, So under that condition, that's okay. But I'm not criticizing.
Thank you. Just let me follow up on one thing on that. In terms of Kim Jong-un, do you think he wants to meet Donald Trump? Or perhaps under what conditions would he be willing to meet the American president?
Your question. Sorry.
Would Kim Jong-un, does he want to meet President Trump?
Sure.
Or under what conditions would he be willing to meet?
Sure. Mr. Kim Jong-un is eager to have direct talks between Pyongyang and Washington, D.C. The reason why North Korea does not participate in six-party talks is North Korea, six-party talks is just appetizer. Main dish is direct talks between Washington and Pyongyang. So let us, already we enjoyed the appetizer. Let us have main dish between Washington and Pyongyang. So Kim Jong-un is very much eager to have direct talk with and to eat the main dish. So Mr. Kim Jong-un may say, oh, please come to Pyongyang. Let us have kimchi jjigae in Pyongyang, not hamburger in the United States. He may say.
Great, thank you very much. I'm afraid, okay, let's take one more quick, give me a really quick question, and then we can wrap up.
Süddeutsche Zeitung, Germany. How do you explain that Pyongyang's so-called missile development is totally different from every other country's missile development? If you want to develop missiles, you focus on one or two models and you start them from a rocket base. Pyongyang starts from the mountains, from Wonsang. So in a way, this looks much more, and then Pyongyang has 14 different types of missiles. Not even China has so many. I think China has 8. This looks very much like they get the missiles from maybe China, certainly from Russia, and from Iran, and they shoot them, but they don't develop themselves. Don't you think so?
The main difference between the North Korean missile development program and the programs of other countries is all of North Korean missile development program is targeting the United States. The Chinese nuclear development, missile development contains the strategic thinking vis-a-vis Japan and the United States and Russia. But North Korea needs not to have any consideration to cope with Japan's self-defense forces and ROK military, because final goal of North Korea is targeting Washington D.C. in order to realize get the normal and friendly relations with Washington D.C. North Korean number 2 of Ministry of Foreign Affairs once said North Korea and the United States relations can be the relations between Israel and the United States. Israel and the United States is a nuclear power, and there are embassies in capital and Washington D.C. So all of North Korean missile development program is targeting aircraft carriers, and North Korean missile tests are targeting 2 aircraft carriers in Japan Sea right now, and North Korean SLBMs and North Korean future the large type submarine will be used to enter the Western Sea. And so the difference of between the North Korean missile program and the program of other countries are the targeting the US and realizing the normal official relations and making the United States neutral on the Korean issues. No. But you don't agree, or?
And you didn't answer
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Takasada, for taking the time to share your expertise with us today. In appreciation, we'd like to present you with a one-year honorary membership in the Foreign Correspondence School of Japan. So hope to see more of you. Thank you very much.
여러분 신청해 주셔서 감사합니다. 네, 자세한 것은 오늘 저녁 방송에 하겠습니다. 감사합니다. 네네. 네, 이걸 혹시 제가 사전에 누설할까봐 어제 저녁 방송을 하지 않았습니다. 이해해 주십시오. 고맙습니다. 여러분 후원해 주신 분도 감사합니다. 예. 자, 이해해 주시오. 여러분 영업 동시 통역 안 해서 죄송합니다. 나중에 제가 저녁 뉴스 시간에 자세히 좀 설명하겠습니다. 감사합니다. 안녕히 계십시오. 멸공.